Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Just before we get started this morning, letting you know we're working on some changes here at FYN TV. Lonnie is working on a new broadcasting system that we have in place now. So we're going to be testing that out all morning. This is our first day on a new broadcaster. He's been working on this for the last 3 or 4 days doing some testing. So you're going to see some new things that happen that Lonnie's got going on. Going to try some things, new broadcaster. So I am your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, if our number is 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700, send us a message. You can call in that number. We'd like to get you involved in the conversation today. You can call that number. You can text us on that number. You can send us an email at chief@fetchernews.com. Let us know what you think about some of the. You got some things planned, Lonnie. You got some things going on? They're seeing some of it already. But there's going to be some new things on FYN TV. We've got some new shows coming up. So there you go. Oh, right there at the bottom of the screen, chief@fetchernews.com or 706-889-9700. Good morning from the office. Is that the only colors we can get, red and blue?
I'm working on others.
Well, work on it. I guess we could go red and blue. It's red, white, and blue.
Yellow and blue.
Huh?
The letters are yellow because FYN is yellow.
Yeah.
We have a little red in the logo.
Okay.
A blue.
All right, already. I mean, you can't go wrong with red, white, and blue. At least somebody should tell the Democrats that on the floor of the House of Representatives, that gun control can't go wrong with red, white, and blue. Anyhow, so that's a couple things. You're going to be seeing some changes on FYN TV here in the next week from our new broadcaster. Going to be different things going on. There you go. I'm your host, BKP. Okay, trying to get all
what the best part is?
What's the best part, Lonnie?
I have buttons like fade to black and audio cuts. I have multiple.
So like you could fade me right out. I'm through.
Yeah, my point is I have multiple ways to mute you out now.
Multiple, not just audio.
Yeah.
You could just fade me right out. I could be gone, boom, just like that.
Well, just like
And I'm not there?
and now you're back.
But did they hear me while I was gone?
I could set it to where they would hear you while you were gone.
Okay.
So I could do.
So, like when we go to black screen, you can do that real quick, right?
Yeah.
So, could we do a segment called BKP from the dark side?
Sure.
Right? There you go, like that. And it could be like BKP from the dark side. So just like that, you can take it in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, the tricks. Lonnie's going to have tricks, folks. He's going to have tricks. Anyhow, I'm your host. We're having a lot of fun this morning. This is, you're doing experiments here on FYN TV. We do them live with you Monday through Thursday from 8 to 10. On Fridays, don't miss, tomorrow we will be at the Shops of Sycamore Crossing. The Shops of Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge. We'll be there from 8 to 11. I want you to come down, say hello, bring your pet by, say hello to all of our fans and viewers. So that is Sycamore Crossing on Friday, weather permitting, every Friday all summer long from 8 to 11. Now, let me get back to some of the business of the day before we get too far along. George will be in here at 9 o'clock. It's Brexit Day. Brexit. Are you hearing that and didn't understand? I got to be the first to say. I mean, several weeks ago, I just seen something on the internet that said Brexit. And I said, what's a Brexit? Okay. So I said, okay, what's this? So I typed it in. Next thing I know, I started studying how in Great Britain today, they are voting on whether to leave the EU. All right? This is a big deal. It's a big deal to you if you're not paying attention to it and the news is not telling you about it. It's a big deal worldwide because it is going to be a vote primarily today on whether the people of Great Britain decide that they would like a government of the people, for the people, or a government of the EU for the EU. That's just that. Bottom line. A government for the people, of the people, for the people, or a government for the EU to tell the people what to do. Sound familiar? Well, that vote's going on today. We'll talk about it a little more. Don't want to go too far this morning without having to get an opportunity to say happy birthday to Lisa. Good morning and happy birthday to Lisa this morning. Now, where do we start? I think I know where to start. Donald Trump. Donald Trump told the truth on the Clintons yesterday. Donald Trump told the truth on the Clintons. Now, finally, somebody comes out and says exactly what's going on with the Clintons. Exactly. Now, what I like are so many things, and you're going to say they're taglines, but let's go to one side before we get started of the media talking about what a great, well-delivered speech, how controlled Donald Trump. Now, this is what they sit back and they do all this talking, how controlled he was yesterday. Can he maintain that? Can he not go back to the Donald Trump of 2 days ago? Can he just deliver this great, well-balanced, direct speech against his opponent and stick with it? You know, people, they want you to think that this billionaire, not just one time, 10 times over, as Donald Trump says, is a buffoon. They want you to believe that this guy has walked in and he sit down with attorneys in a big conference room and he's negotiated a $300 million construction project or a $200 million construction project, and he's a buffoon. He doesn't know how to handle himself, that this is just who this guy is. And how great it is now they want you to believe within 24 hours, 48 hours, that they've made this total racist buffoon into an accomplished candidate that can read from a teleprompter, deliver a speech, and stay focused. Now, I'm going to tell you what, if they're teaching that at Trump University, I want to go. If that's the kind of things you can learn, what the media wants to lead you to believe how Donald Trump is, if they're teaching that at Trump University, I think I'm going to sign up today. You do understand, before the Orlando massacre, where we found out that the Department of Justice, that the Attorney General Loretta Lynch has a coexist bumper sticker on her car, and that she went down there and she said if we had more love, compassion, and less hate in the world, that, you know, this wouldn't have happened. If we would get along with our fellow LGBT community, love, compassion, and we may never really know the true motive, okay? You realize before that took place, Donald Trump announced he would be coming out with this speech over a week ago, okay? That this speech was set up to be delivered. Now, think about it. When he announced he was going to make this speech, Corey Lewandowski was still on the payroll. So you mean this was all planned to give this speech that he gave yesterday? Corey Lewandowski was there. Now, what the media wants you to believe is he fired Corey Lewandowski, Paul Manafort took over, and within 48 hours, Trump has learned to be a candidate, learned to go into the different pivot. They allowed him to pivot and put him into a presidential race nationwide against Hillary Clinton. Didn't happen, folks. This just did not miraculously happen overnight. But Trump, we could spend hours, and I know there's going to be talk shows that do that. They're going to break down every line today. They're going to say everything. They're going to break down everything Trump said. But I keep wanting to try to figure out Lonnie, I'm getting messages that our audio's off the video.
Is like, what do you mean, like not synced up?
Yeah. I'm getting messages that our audio is not synced with the video. Is that something on the broadcaster?
Yeah, that would be on the broadcaster. Let me check mine. Because what I can do is set an audio
Yeah, because what?
a delay.
What do you mean you can set it? I'm getting messages that our audio is not synced with the video. Is that something on the broadcaster? Actually, it looks like it here that it's synced. It looks like it's synced up now, Lonnie.
Okay, we'll go with it.
Okay, send me. I want to thank you out there for sending messages. 706-889-9700 or me at 706-889-9700. Send us messages if the audio is not synced up or something on the broadcaster is not coming through, because there is things that we're going to have to test that the audio coming through synced up, and we hope that that's not too much of a problem. But let me get back to, this did not happen in just 48 hours, but somebody has called the Clintons out and directly called them out. And one of my favorite parts is true Trump himself, that it's one of my favorite parts. Clinton is a world-class liar. She's not just the best liar in the county. She's not just the best liar in the state. She is a world-class liar, okay? Now, a couple things yesterday that I think Trump was able to do very well is he was able to, it says it's still not in sync, but we're not going to worry about it. We're not changing the broadcast.
I put on a touch of a delay. I just did it so.
Why would we have to do a touch of delay? Why wouldn't they match? Why would you think?
Just because the broadcaster and our internet, I guess.
It's got to be the soundboard through the broadcast.
Well, it has to. I mean, it has to be our, not the soundboard, but it has to be our software, because our other software didn't need a delay. But some of them, they just processes the audio different. So I'm just testing.
Okay, all right. Sorry about the inconvenience, but we do have sound, so it's not matching. So look, just pretend like, don't get nervous. Godzilla's not going to strike any minute. And it's right line. And, you know, I know you think you're watching some Japanese movie with sound dubbed over, English dubbed over, and Godzilla's going to attack any minute. So let's just power through this. I want to give several of the lines, but this goes in line with Brexit today. This election will decide whether we're ruled by the people or the politicians. Folks, Donald Trump brought up yesterday Clinton's email scandal, okay? He brought up yesterday how the Clinton Foundation and the diversion of the sale of uranium through Canada to Russia that found its way into the Clinton Foundation. He highlighted about everything that this woman should go to jail for, be indicted for, and go to prison. And the only thing Hillary Clinton could come back with is, it's like your mama jokes. So, like, you're saying I enabled Russia to purchase uranium. And you could take the uranium and make, you can make these atomic weapons of war. See, these are weapons of war. Democrats, pay attention. Uranium / used to make actual weapons of war. Not AR-15s. Oh, I had to throw the glasses at the screen. Not AR-15s. Let's stay focused. Uranium that was sold through Canada, via Canada to Russia, your American uranium, which ended up somewhere within the Clintons' bank accounts, right? These are the lowest form of life, lowest form of life. Not car salesmen, not attorneys, not even members of the House of Representatives. If you look under the rug that's contacted to the floor, you find the Clintons, lowest form. They have sold you out to world leaders. Donald Trump drew a clear divide between globalism and America first. And Hillary Clinton is a globalist. She has went and met. He pointed out how she met with world leaders all over as a Secretary of State. We have the videos. We have the footage. We have the pictures. And the next thing you know, Bill swoops in, flies in, does a 1-hour speech, and the Clintons find $500 million in their bank account. Just saying. Trump spelled it all out. World-class crooks, world-class liars, corrupt, the most corrupt individual to ever run for the White House, Hillary Clinton. So this is Hillary's retort. The Clinton Foundation, although we took hundreds of millions of dollars. We did leave some crumbs for some poor people, right, Lonnie?
Yep.
We left some crumbs. Sir, can I have another, right? How's it go, Lonnie? Do you know it?
Please, sir, I want some more.
One more time, Lonnie. Do it for the folks.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, right? Hillary's, the Clinton Foundation. We gave money to feed those children over there. Whoa. And Donald Trump, he has children make suits. How you like that, Donald? Can you see how Saturday Night Live, Donald Trump's up there saying, you know what? You left an unsecured server, a personal server with the State Department, the American people's top secret information on it. It was unsecure because people in other countries were trying to attack it. You have diverted money, used the State Department for personal gain, and you used money to divert uranium. Uranium, those are weapons of war, folks. For the Democrats that don't understand, weapons of war. To make weapons of war that could destroy the earth, you did all of this. Your husband got $500 million from time to time, 500,000. I mean, there was 100 million here, 20 million there, 500,000, 250,000. I mean, the numbers ranged like wildfire all over the place of what they were raking in. And you turn around and you say, but we fed some kids. And Donald Trump has suits made from China. Okay, there you go, folks. There you go. I could see the even-handed. I could see the comebacks now. Those are your comebacks, Hillary, to Donald Trump. Now, yesterday he made a reference to she's a world-class liar. But another reference he made, and they're going to break down the video. Somebody today that has a lot of technical ability that we don't have here at this time. Somebody else today is now the audio's ahead of the video. Okay, we're still working on the broadcast this morning. For 2 hours, we're going to work on the broadcaster. We know you can see it, we know you can hear it, and we thank you very much for your input. But we're working on a brand new broadcaster. We're working on trying to get our audio balanced with everything. So somebody's going to take all the video today and cut that up, and they're going to play that for you. Yeah. All right? My thing today is there's a couple things. Hillary Clinton, these are very important phrases that Donald Trump highlighted yesterday. Hillary Clinton's slogan is they want you to be with her. Okay? So Trump says, they want you to be with her. Instead, I'm with you. I'm with you. And see, a lot of people are not going to do the takeaway on this. I'm with you. Here's the takeaway. Two things I have said that I have the video and the audio to go with from a year ago now when Trump got in. There could be this crazy thing that the guy loves the country. It could be just that crazy that this guy loves the country. I'm serious. Now, the point about that is yesterday he looks and he says, look, everybody keeps wondering why I'm running. Why am I running? Okay? Now, it's because, you know what? I want to give back to a country. I want to give back to a country that has given me so much. Okay? Now, Hillary Clinton's going to make fun. The Democrats are going to make fun. Yeah, it's given you a lot because you filed Chapter 11, and that's where your books end. All of the Donald Trump books end in Chapter 11. Okay, that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, yes, we gave some crumbs to some kids. The Clinton Foundation, he is going to force them to answer questions. He's going to force them you are out there doing Google searches now on everything. Kids are going to do Google searches, the millennials. Crooked Hillary, world-class liar yesterday. I'm with you. Brexit. We'll go into it the second half hour today. We're going to Brexit, all right? But I tell you all this with Trump because he said this election will decide whether we're ruled by the people or the politicians. Now, they keep telling you that Trump gave this great, teleprompter speech, and he finally, this buffoon, okay? He just stood up in a room full of people and just just brought it together and told a lot of people exactly what he's been saying on the campaign trail, firing up the base. He has said from day one that it's a rigged system. He's the outsider. The establishment wants to take him down. We've seen all that. See, that's what's happening in the EU today. Do you realize that one in every five people that work within the EU, now I'm talking about the complex of the EU, not Great Britain, don't get confused. They make more, their salaries more a year than the Prime Minister, David Cameron himself. The EU, they don't elect these people in the EU. These people have no representation. You are only an election away from being the EU. That's why you have to pay attention. We now in this country have other countries determining what we can do next, how we can sell our products and goods. NAFTA, we talk about NAFTA. Look, the EU, okay, is no different than what the Council of Foreign Relations wants to do with the North American Union. You need to look it up. Oh, it's far-fetched. Now, here's the one thing that Trump did yesterday that they just cannot accept, so they had to say conspiracy, okay? Trump was doing well till he touched on some conspiracy things. Well, Trump, he put a couple conspiracy things in. Folks, they're not conspiracy. You can read them. Brian Pagliano, right? Yesterday, he pled the fifth over 100 times. Now, it's a civil case, but he's the FBI's #1 witness. Hillary Clinton's IT person pleaded the fifth over 100 times yesterday, Brian Pagliano. I'm telling you. He didn't want to incriminate himself because he's the FBI's lead witness. But they say he was focusing. Look, once they get done with the Clinton Foundation, Donald Trump, all right? Now, you have heard, I'm going to get away from this, but I want to clear things up because people are going to be saying all the things, the pundits are going to be guessing what Trump's doing. Now, they've talked about fundraising and money and so forth, okay? I'm going to tell you something, and I don't have the money like the big people to do all this research, but I'm going to tell you right now. There are super PACs out there. There are people out there. There are fundraisers out there that have been waiting for years to have a candidate, not Mitt Romney, that somebody will finally come out and tell you who the Clintons are and go after them. And Donald Trump did that yesterday. Now, all the talk, it's preemptive strike by the media. All the talk about Clinton's running ads, okay, in swing states, all right? Running ads in swing states. We've seen it with David Perdue here. David Perdue, they went up to North Carolina. They did a pill of text. They went and found the people, the elderly people in their house. The one lady had oxygen on, and they did the commercial. And, you know, David Perdue went up there and closed pill of text and stole all their money and left town. And when they got done with the commercial, they want you to believe that David Perdue had a little card that said, "I'm stealing your lifelong savings and retirement, and I'm headed home. Here is my little car to collect all the cash." Okay, that's Hillary Clinton's running the Donald Trump campaign that he is, doesn't have the temperament. She's running all of those ads now in swing states that she's 50-50. They're a nervous wreck. Pennsylvania, Ohio, they're not behind in Florida. Trust me. Florida, all of the states that she's a nervous wreck, that not even before the convention, Trump is already neck and neck. You see, you get the convention bounce, and I have to break this down a little. You get what they call the convention bounce. It's a 3-point, and it's great if you get the 5-point, and then it balances back, and it's something to talk about. But they have a convention, everybody gets excited. Hey, I kind of like that guy. So the next day they call, hey, what'd you think? Hey, I kind of like Trump. Okay, Trump gets a 4-point bounce. So if it's after the convention and Donald Trump was behind by 4 points in Pennsylvania and he pulls neck and neck, then the Democrat talking heads all come out and say, well, you know, the convention's over and he took his convention bounce, and, you know, we expected him to look balanced in these, in these blue states, traditional blue states, but he's not really. His bounce will subside here in a day or two. Fine, okay, that happens, all right? But this is weeks before the convention, and he's already neck and neck. And all Hillary has right now, trust me, all she has is, well, Donald Trump, he has kids make suits in China, and he wears them, and he sells them, and he makes money off them. Oh, yeah, okay, all right, so sure, yeah, that's what he did. But we fed children. We got like $1 billion. But we did feed some kids to make it look good. Yeah, we did that. We fed some kids. Really? And Donald Trump made suits in China. Folks, the election is to decide whether we're ruled by the people or the politicians. This is your last chance. Now, I watched an hour video today on the EU. I've watched several videos. What's his name? Daniel Hanna. Conservative parliamentarian over in Great Britain. I watched a video of him making his points. I watched the whole thing on the fishing industry. I know I got to go live. Watched the whole thing on how the EU's devastated the fishing industry, how they've devastated all of their trade agreements. They can't trade nowhere. I've looked at the EU, how their economy has stagnated while other economies like China, India, even Ethiopia have all doubled in size while the EU is stagnant. So there's no reason for these people to stay in the EU. Today they're going to define whether they rule themselves or whether they're going to be ruled. Now there's all these things. You're going to come up with all these things. Now, the stay-in crowd on Brexit, the stay-in, they are warning of devastation. They're warning of financial collapse. They're warning of world war. Trade agreements will go. The people say, hey, we want to do our own trade agreements, period. If you think it's conspiracy theory, the Council on Foreign Relations, you look it up and you read it. Because what they've done in the EU, to where the people have no power at all, have no vote, no decision, None whatsoever. It's a dictatorship. The EU is a dictatorship, okay? What they've done in the EU, they want to do in the North American Union. They've wanted it for years. They want it for years, the North American. I'm going to take a break. I'm not getting sidetracked too much. I'm just trying to bring some things together. I want to thank you for bearing with us this morning. We have a brand new broadcaster that we're using. We're trying to balance out some audio. We knew we were going to have to do a show or two. Lonnie's had it for about a week, and he wanted to pick today to do a test on it. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be at Sycamore Crossing. We want to thank our sponsors. If you would like to be a sponsor of our show, please give us a call, 706-889-9700, or chief@fetchernews.com. I want to thank Days Chevrolet, located in Jasper, Circuit World, promotional code fetchernews.com, L&L Beanery, downtown Blue Ridge Coffee Shop, free Wi-Fi, Salon 84 Hair and Color, West Church Street in Jasper. Make your appointment today, Salon 84 Hair and Color, 706-253-9876. Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique, located in Jasper. And Schottenkirk Ford, southbound lane there in Jasper. That's Schottenkirk Ford. Plenty of Ford trucks and cars to pick from right there in Jasper. We're going to take a brief break. You know, Lonnie, am I being silly? Now, before you answer this, but there's not to a guy. I don't know. Maybe. To me, there's just like nothing better than a day when you get 4 new tires. It's like you're driving down the road and you got your 4 new tires and you can feel the difference. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. Well, do you or not? Yeah. All right. Well, I got 4 new tires yesterday. I mean, the political season, I wore the tread off my tires. I mean, they were just gone. I was everywhere. I needed to get tires in the worst way. And I love everything about supporting local family business. Folks, I went down to Nicholson Tire. They're located out on 60. They've been out there for years. They're also located, they have a location down on Highway 5 going into McKaysville. If you're going down Highway 5 out of Blue Ridge on the left-hand side. They got me in and out of there. I got 4 brand new tires. Great pricing, great service, and I like Tim. There's a Nicholson everywhere you look. So if you want to support family business, you go out to the one, and you got Ricky, and you got Donnie, and you got Dennis, and you got Tim. I mean, you can't. If you go in there and you want to deal with, say, hey, I want to meet the owner. They're always standing at the counter. Nicholson Tire. I got 4 new tires yesterday. I'm ready to go, folks. I got places I got to go. Lonnie, take us to break.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
Better days ahead. Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Switch and save at Schottenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Schottenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Announcing Pizza Hut's new Applewood smoked bacon and melty cheese. Stuffed in the crust. Pizza Hut's bacon stuffed crust pizza is here, now with Applewood smoked bacon. And loaded with cheese in one irresistible crust. Just $12.99, only at Pizza Hut.
You're making me crazy.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
You know, folks, I can't start, BKP here, good morning from the office. I cannot start without the making comments on all of our technical support. I want to thank you all out there. I have Oscar Poole from West Virginia. Now, my good friend Oscar Poole, 86 years young, right, Lonnie? 86 years young, sending me technical comments from West Virginia. Audio is okay here in West Virginia. So what we figured is, see, you know, the old West Virginia Oscar, if you're listening, this is directly for my dear friend Oscar Poole. Now, Oscar, you know if you're from West Virginia, you got one leg shorter than the other. Now, you know that, okay? Because it depends, you always have to stand on the hillside, okay? You got to stand on the hillside So in West Virginia, so you got one leg short or another. That's for you, my good friend, technical advisor from West Virginia this morning, Colonel Oscar Poole. But Oscar, Lonnie said the further you're away. So the further you're away, the audio works better. But thank you so much. I am your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We have launched a new broadcaster. We are going to be testing all day today on this broadcaster right through Kevin Hensley's The Morning Report. Don't forget at 10 o'clock we do North Georgia's only live online morning newscast. That's 10 a.m. every morning, Monday through Thursday, with Kevin Hensley. Now on Fridays we're at the shops at Sycamore Crossing, downtown Blue Ridge, weather permitting, and we go there every Friday morning. So if you'd like to come by and say hello, we'd love to have you there. I understand the audio when we do the overlays was going out, so I want to say this once again. Somebody sent me a message. It's worked. Is it the T-bar?
I can't use the T-bar.
You can't use the T-bar. Not in that.
Yeah.
If you use the T-bar, you have to go quickly and go over.
Yeah, because I'll lose audio.
So you can't do a 50-50 on the T-bar.
I can, but I can do an overlay 50-50, but it's not with the T-bar.
Right. So what we're getting to, what we're solving now, is this is something you've done, not the broadcaster itself, right?
No.
No, that's an admission of guilt. You can't plead the fifth. Your name's not Brian Pagliano here. You understand? You cannot plead the fifth 100 and some times today, Lonnie.
I'm sorry, that information's confidential.
Okay. Anyhow, I got Brian Pagliano over there producing the show, but we didn't have it before. It sounds silly, but we've got a transition T-bar now, all like the big leagues. And the only thing is he was trying to do a little bit of a mix, and it killed out the audio. So hopefully we have that corrected. Before we went to break, I made a comment about somebody yesterday, and I want to do it again. I literally ran the tires off of my car in the political season. Have Honda, will travel, and paint's coming off the bumper. But you know what? I gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta get on the road. You gotta follow this political season around. But anyhow, yesterday it was over. So I went down to Nicholson Tires yesterday on Highway 5, and I went in there to Tim Nicholson, and I said, Tim, I think I need some tires. So he says, okay, let me go out and look. So he goes out and looks, and he come back, he's laughing. He said, you're not leaving. I said, what do you mean? No, you're not leaving without tires. Okay, no problem. Anyhow, 4 new tires. You know that feeling, Lonnie? I said it earlier. 4 new tires. Nicholson Tire down on Highway 5. You know, when you walk into Nicholson Tire, you're going to deal with a Nicholson. Period. Family business. You go out on 60. Dennis is out there. Ricky's out there. Now, I'm going to tell you, let me go a little further with this. Let me just share this. I used to have 30 pieces of equipment. That's right. 5 tractor trailers. Oh, yeah. We used to have 5 tractor trailers. I think we had 4 crane trucks, box trucks, F-150s, Ford Rangers. We actually tagged 30 pieces of equipment in 2006. Put tags on 30 pieces of equipment. You know who kept the tires on all 30 pieces of equipment? Nicholson Tire. There you go. I would have crane trucks. And I would call over there and I'd say, Dennis, hey, this truck's got to have a load on it and be, close to Atlanta at, 7 o'clock in the morning. I got to get this tire fixed. I'm going to tell you, that's who you want to deal with. Nicholson Tire. Now I'm down to putting tires on a Honda. Hey, let me get back for a minute. Brexit. We're going to have George in here in a couple minutes. But is this important to you? All right. Now, today they're going to play the video. I'm going to do a couple more things before I go. Today they're going to play the video of Hillary's comeback. The smackdown. Donald Trump in a smackdown yesterday of Hillary Clinton. Finally, somebody came out and told the truth. World-class liar. World-class. Most corrupt candidate ever. Most corrupt candidate ever. Donald Trump said it's a rigged system, people. Look, Bernie Sanders supporters, you may want free college. I'm not giving away free college. You may want all this free stuff. You know, you may want a goodie bag, all right? I'm not doing that, okay? Here's what Bernie Sanders, now, this is only going to speak to a fraction of people, all right? Now, let me just set this up. We used to be a member in our other business of a business association that we went to major shows twice a year. And we would go to these convention centers. I'll never forget. We went to Las Vegas, one of those convention center floors, and there were products and there were vendors and there were trucks. I mean, as far as the eye could see, there was 500 booths set up, okay? All right? And all of the vendors that were building material, products, whatever, all right? Oh, Lord, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. All right? When we would travel to these things, this lady I know by the name of Lisa, she would get a bag, and she would go to these booths, and if they were giving away, you know, free scratch pads, okay? Just saying. There they go, in the bag. Pens. You name it. I still have little, like, flashing things that if you bounce the ball, it flashes. It's got a vent. 10 years old. We used to have to buy an extra small suitcase to get all the stuff that she went around and raked in these bags. Now, folks, that was 10 years ago, and down the hall in a cabinet, I still got scratch pads and pins from vendors that, you know, we got a lifetime. In fact, I'll bring some in tomorrow just to show you, 10 years old. All I'm saying is, that's who the Bernie Sanders kids are. They thought that they went to one of those conventions, and they wanted to rake in, you know, a lifetime worth of goodies. That's what they wanted. That's where they thought they were. If you ever went to one of those conventions and every one you went to, there was a pad or there was pencils or there was pens, and you were like raking them in the bag, and you walked out like this that evening. You got bags, you got, that's what the Bernie Sanders kids thought they were doing for the last 6 months, is raking in all these little things from the convention. That's what they thought. Donald Trump said, look, I'm not going to put all these little trinkets out for you, okay? I'm not going to put all of this stuff out. I'm not giving you the free college. I'm not doing any of that for you. It's not going to happen, all right? But we agree. Bernie Sanders voters, we agree it's a rigged system. Come with us. Come with us. It's rigged. Look. Will Hillary Clinton pick Elizabeth Warren? That is a touchy one because Elizabeth Warren has come out for the throat. Pocahontas has gone for the throat on Wall Street. Hillary Clinton, when she's raised $23 million, and you look at the list of people that she is raising money from, okay, Hillary Clinton she didn't care about Bernie Sanders voters. You know who Bernie Sanders voters are to Hillary Clinton? Okay? They're the little crumbs that the Clinton Foundation gave a little food to. I'm serious. That's how much she cares. She is a globalist. Trump went anti-globalist. There's not enough time. We're going to get into this with George. He went anti-globalist. Hillary is a globalist. It's that simple. So the EU today, this is Trump's quote. This election will decide whether we're ruled by the people or the politicians. Absolutely no different than what's going on in the EU. If you continue to let the same politicians that's ruling this country and ruling us today, you will have a North American Union if they ever had the opportunity. If the Council of Foreign Relations ever had an opportunity, you go look up the maps already drawn. They do not want borders. The EU would like, they would like to take away all the borders, and they have. Go look at Italy, you know, France, go look. Germany, no borders. Okay, that's what they want to do here. Do you not realize when the Latinos, I'll say Latinos, Mexicans, Guatemalans, El Salvadorans, it doesn't matter. But the Latinos, Hispanics, I never know. What do we call somebody from day to day? Okay, but when the Latinos are picketing with the Mexican flags in California, when they are picketing with the Mexican flags in Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and they're rioting, they're not peaceful protest, they're telling you to get off their land. See, they don't want to come to America. They want to come to somewhere that already they feel belongs to them, not you. And we keep getting confused by that. We keep getting confused on why they fly the Mexican flag down in Southern California when they go to the protest that they have. Why? Because they don't think California belongs to you or is a part of the United States of America. They think you stole it and it belongs to Mexico. Get it straight. Anyhow, I'm getting sidetracked. The Democrats had 2 years to do anything they wanted with 60 votes. You need 60. That's a veto-proof majority. You need 60. In fact, the Democrats had such a blank slate to do whatever they wanted, no matter how mad you get. We even gave up Arlen Specter, Darlin' Arlen. Now, let me just bring this around to you because and remind you of something. Let me remind you of something. Okay? Rick Santorum went against Pat Toomey. Okay? Rick Santorum went against Pat Toomey. Let me give you just a little down the road here to get to Darlin' Arlen Specter and why this is important today with the Kumbaya speech, we shall overcome on the floor of the House of Representatives over gun control. Not uranium control, not nuclear weapons, not weapons of war, not a sit-in because Hillary Clinton, through Canada, diverted our uranium to Russia and pocketed the money and gave a couple dollars to poor kids through the foundation. No, that's not what they're sitting on the floor for. They're sitting on the floor to put you on a blacklist. Now, that makes you angry, but we have had lists. It's funny to me. Donald Trump goes around and says he would like to, these are not, quote, his words, but the media wants you to believe that Donald Trump wants to ban Muslims. Oh, he wants to ban Muslims, right? And that's against who we are. And that's against what we believe in. And even Paul Ryan said, if it is illegal, I will challenge that. I will challenge it in court, any executive action like that. Okay, no problem. Well, let's switch gears. Liberals want to put you on a list. They don't want to define how the list is made. They don't want to clear up exactly who has control of the list. They don't want to clear up on how you get off the list. But they want to put you on a list, a blacklist. But that's okay. And they have this no fly, no buy. They're having so much fun. No fly, no buy. All right? Really? They want to put you on a list. Where is the outrage from the media that there's a group of people that want to profile? I'll tell you what, let me tell you something. I'd like to go through the list. If you gave them a chance to do the list, I'd like to go through the list and find out how many Muhammads are on the list and how many Billy Bobs. Now, I'll grant you Billy Bobs will outnumber Muhammads because they will not want to offend or target the Muslim community. As Loretta Lynch says, we need more love. She has a coexist bumper sticker. But let me get around to this. Rick Santorum, former senator of Pennsylvania, which lost, okay? Don't forget, to, Bob Casey Jr., a real whack job of a piece of work that we have in the Senate now. He lost. Why? I think he lost because he went against Pat Toomey at this time. the conservative at Pennsylvania, which he's got his own problems right now, but he went against him in the primary. And he endorsed Darlin Arlen Specter. Now, there's a reason you need to know this, because what they're going to tell you, you will hear on the media, is you'll hear that the Democrats had 60 votes, or they had control. You will hear that all day long, right? But let me tell you what you won't hear is how they got there. Santorum endorsed Darlin Specter, okay? George Bush campaigned for Darlin Arlen Specter, George W. They went against Toomey. Casey ends up being the senator, right? This whack job Casey ends up being the senator. And guess what? Then Darlin Arlen, that's when he beat Rick Santorum, by the way. He beats Rick Santorum, he becomes senator, okay? So Toomey goes down. Darlin Arlen gets reelected. He goes down. Guess what? He became a Democrat. Well, hell, you say. What number did he become? He became number 60. You know, it's like in the grocery store line when you become the winner, balloons drop and all this stuff. But see, they promised Darlin Arlen all this stuff. Like, if you were the next shopper, a 1,000 shopper, that the streamers would fall and the confetti and the balloons, and you would get all this stuff, and you would be the head of this committee and that committee. You know what? They did nothing for Darlin Arlen. Nothing. He became a Democrat. You know what he became? He became number 60. You know what he became? He became the 60th vote for the Democrats on Obamacare. What is the 60th vote? Veto proof. No discussion, it's over. So, folks, before I go to commercial, when you hear that they had it for 2 years, they had it for 2 years. See, the Republicans, they got 54, 55, I don't know, but they don't have 60. They don't have 60. So if they pass something by 56, there's going to be a filibuster. If it goes up to the president's desk, then, he could veto it, and they could send it back, and they don't have the magic number 60 to override it. The Democrats had 60. Don't go for the media telling you that the Democrats had majority. Obama had 2 years. You're going to hear that he had control of both houses for 2 years. And then you're going to hear the media say, but Republicans have had the control of, no, they don't have the 60. So before I go to break, remember the important number today is 60. Obama had 60. So for all the whack jobs that are sitting on the floor of the House of Representatives, the weirdos, the wackos, they are weird wackos. You know what they were bringing? I think they've been drinking the Flint, Michigan water or something. These people are nuts. Because guess what? Elijah Cumming, is that who was leading the charge? They were all holding their hands up. We shall overcome. Isn't he the guy that, let's see, is he not the guy that when Pelosi was smiling with the big gavel, that somebody basically yelled a racial slur at him, but after further investigation, they couldn't find it? Would this happen to be the same guy that's on the floor today screaming that we need justice for all? Even the kids in Chicago sitting on the stoop that got gunned down last weekend and probably this weekend, isn't that the guy? Anyhow, let me just say this. They had 60, meaning anything these liberal wackos want to do for two years, they could have done it. They could have took all your guns. They could have put you on all the fly list. They could have stopped AR-15s. They could have stopped and done anything they wanted. But why now? Why now? Because they run for cover, no pun intended, with bullets flying around them back home, and they have to go home and say, we tried to do everything we can, and it's all campaign rhetoric. So folks, are we going to let the politicians, that there's no difference on either side of the aisle, run us? Or are we going to do like Donald Trump, say, this election will decide whether we're ruled by the people or the politicians? I don't like to do fear tactics, but I'm going to tell you, this is the election. This is it. Donald Trump said this is the most corrupt, a world-class liar. This is a criminal. This person should be in prison. This woman has sold us out worldwide. On and on. She's a globalist. So, folks, I hate to say it. You have to get on board with Trump and get out there if you want to save this country. That's my opinion. Just my opinion. Just saying. I need to let you know that. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I got a little winded there. We're trying a new broadcaster. Lonnie, we getting messages?
Yeah.
What do we got now? Are things getting better?
Yeah.
Are they getting better?
I've almost got you synced, but I'm getting a couple people telling me I still have one major problem. They can hear you.
Oh, you're funny. Oh, you're funny. Oh, you're a funny guy, Lonnie. That Lonnie's a funny guy. That Lonnie, he is a real piece of work. Well, folks, what I tell you before we go to break, they want you to believe that Donald Trump, this billionaire, has miraculously made a change in 48 hours. He went from a buffoon to somebody that may be able to be managed. Didn't happen, folks. This is the same Donald Trump that's always been Donald Trump, that can be Donald Trump, the one he wants to be at any given time when he gets in front of the microphone. It's not because anybody told him he needed to tone anything down. Told the truth about the Clintons yesterday. I wonder if George has an opinion on that, but we're going to find out right after these breaks.